some of the witchiest shit on my websites. I am doing this sort of as a means of pushing my own boundaries to be fully out of the spiritual closet because I want to be taken seriously, and yet the only people who wouldn't take me seriously about this stuff are probably not my people. So yes, my websites and templates have very lovely layouts and fonts and a very UX conversion focused. That's all hiding underneath it. I really see websites not just as a selling tool, but as a portal or an altar, and can be full of spells and sigils. If intention lives in your work, then I also think it should live in your designs and your communications as well. I've literally baked magic into code, and I think people feel it. On a surface level, if you've bought my templates before and you've ever scrolled through the CSS code, you'll notice that there's a lot of sparkles in there. I'm talking Unicode sparkles. And I really think that apart from being adorable, I want people to be reminded, even in that dank, dark area of ugly, ugly code, that it can still be beautiful and it can still be thoughtful. And it's a little symbol that I have baked magic into their website. Aesthetic, yes. Energetic, 100%. I have drawn sigils to magnetize money, and I have uploaded those image files into the files area of my Shopify website that I have. You can do the same thing on any website CMS. You could also write something or design something cute and pretty, such as an affirmation, and download the file from Canva and then upload it to your website CMS. It really can be anything you want that is meaningful to you, that you want to infuse into your business. So another thing that you'll probably notice on my website is that I use collage a lot. And when I say collage, I just mean a lot of clip art sort of images, and a lot of those are a little bit spiritual meaning. Some of them are sculptures and goddesses and symbols. So you'll see that I've dotted those around quite a lot of places, and certainly in all my Instagram graphics and my newsletters that get sent out, they are everywhere and they are chosen with intention. You might also notice that there are spots on my website, say if you've added something to your cart, or if I've ever sent you an invoice, that a lot of the time I will write, "May this investment return to you 10x." So I just want to whisper that little blessing to you when you're about to sign on the dotted line, because from the feedback that I've gotten, it's really been something that has made people feel quite at ease and excited to go ahead. Because I know that particularly with a lot of the more femme people that I magnetize, we have our own wounds around investing in our business and spending money, and we are more inclined to play it safe. And while that's okay for a lot of reasons, sometimes we really do need that little nudge to be like, no, this is okay. And I was worried about dropping the cash, but something about it has just been a little nod to them that it was actually an intuitive green light. And I would say that for most of the people, I hope, that work with me, I'm really blessed to get a lot of feedback from people saying that they have felt like it was an intuitive pull to purchase, and that after using my templates months and months later and going live and having great feedback on their website, that they felt as though they really did make the right decision in the end. There are lots of other little ways that I do things, whether that's how I name files or the passwords that I use can be little manifestation affirmations, anything that is meaningful to me that I want to infuse into that project, task, or area of my business. I also treat my templates as tools for reverse manifestation. So stay with me here. For example, my latest template, Chameleon, there is a version of it called Sit, Stay, Slay. And I just had this idea of a really femme-forward dog trainer, which I wish existed in my area that I could go and see, and someone that really acknowledged the differences of being a woman dog owner and being a little bit more different in terms of how we go about being the quote unquote alpha in our pack and leading with more feminine motherly energy. So this template was really just me going hell for leather in terms of, well, I would love to see that. And why don't I just make a template and bring it into existence that way? And maybe someone will see it and feel a little bit more inspired to go about their business with that kind of really unapologetic angle, as opposed to being more homogenous in how they present themselves. And I would say that all of my templates are designed to give people permission to show up in their business extremely authentically and to take a little bit more risk in how they show up, because I truly believe it is much higher risk to blend in. And so every template that I put out there is really just things that I want to see in the world. And I have so many more ideas up my sleeve. It's really just a matter of time in terms of how long it will take me to create these designs, but it feels extremely powerful to create them because I am coming up with a fake business from scratch. And it's always something that I just want to see in the world and have not seen. So odds are you may not be a template designer. How this can also work is creating portfolio pieces and faux client work. So what I encourage you to do is, if there is a way for you to create a portfolio piece that isn't necessarily something you've created for money, but is purely created from a place of what you can do and the type of client that you would call in, this is exactly what I'm doing with my templates. I design for them before they appear. I call them in and it works. Just like when I created a website template for copywriters, I called in so many copywriters, it wasn't funny. Sometimes it can feel like a little bit of a waste of time to create a fake project and not get paid for it. But to be creating from a place of pure creativity for the imaginary client you can only dream of, the magnetizing power of this is unparalleled. So square off the time to give it a crack and put it front and center on your website and your socials or any other portfolio websites such as Behance that might be relevant to your industry. Words hold charge. Your file names, metadata, and button copy are all spell components. Even if you don't believe in spells and you're not full witch, that's okay, but people feel intention. A magical website is not just cute. These little tweaks and intentions, they create moments of delight and safety and curiosity. And that's what makes someone stick around, keep exploring and sign up and clicking here and clicking there and maybe even giving you some money. If this episode has you side-eyeing your own website thinking, okay, maybe I do want my brand to feel like a digital altar, then babe, my DIY brand process is calling your name. It's made for intuitives, multi-passionates, hyper-creative, magic-minded solopreneurs who want to build a brand with depth, vibe, and actual personality without hiring a team or defaulting to beige minimalism. I lay out all the ways that you can build a color palette, font family, DIY logo, even how to source amazing collage, clip art, and put it all together on your website. Yes, it's strategic, but it's aesthetic and intuitive as well. Go to my website, perla.work, and you can find it there. You can learn all about it, see little previews, and snag it for $50. Promise it's the best money you'll spend on your brand. So I challenge you to set this intention, and whenever you feel the inspiration arise in you to change the file name or to upload something or design an affirmation or bless your website visitors or customers in some way, then go ahead and do it. You don't have to have immediate recognition, but you know that it's in there. So go on, give it a crack.